The Magic School Bus Blows Its Top, a book about volcanoes. It started like any ordinary day in Miss Frizzle's class. But that doesn't mean much. There aren't any ordinary days in Miss Frizzle's class. Good morning, class. That morning, we were trying to put together an enormous globe, but we didn't have all the pieces, so the whole thing fell apart. Carlos, said Dorothy Ann, her nose in the instruction book, if you spent more time on research, you would know how to put this globe together. Carlos dusted himself off. And if you didn't spend so much time doing research, you could have helped, he answered. We never broke the world at my old school. Miss Frizzle looked over the mess. I'm afraid you can't put that globe together until you have all the pieces, she told us. You see, there's an island so new it hasn't been discovered yet. How can there be a new island? Asked Phoebe. The Earth never changes, does it? The Earth is changing all the time, said Miss Frizzle, right under your very feet. We all looked down at our feet, but nothing was moving. What's the island's name? How can it even have a name? It hasn't even been discovered. The magic school bus began to spin and stretch and pull. The next thing we knew, we were high in the air. We'll name it Carlos Island. Forget it. How about Dorothy Ann Island? Soon we were flying over the ocean. The sky grew dark and big black clouds flitted past. The island should be arriving any minute now, announced Miss Frizzle. How could an island just arrive, we wondered. But then thunder boomed and lightning streaked across the sky. The ocean beneath us bubbled like a pot of boiling water. From out of nowhere, a blanket of dark ash covered our windows. Prepare to land, shouted Miss Frizzle. Hang 10, bus. Ah, oh no. The bus grew surfboard pontoons and we surfed to a stop, right on top of the water. We all climbed off the bus. There was no land anywhere in sight, but Miss Frizzle had an inflatable life raft. Carlos jumped in first. Splash! A big wave washed over the pontoon, sending Dorothy Ann's book bag flying out to sea. I need my books to find that island, wailed Dorothy Ann as the books sank. We have to get them. Please, Miss Frizzle, please. Couldn't we just go to a bookstore? Of course we'll get them, agreed Miss Frizzle. Prepare to dive, class. Everyone climbed back into the bus. Then the Frizz pressed a button and the magic school bus twisted into a submarine. Carlos decided to stay on the raft. He wanted to be the first to spot the new island. Arnold stayed too, but for another reason. He'd already had enough of our field trip. My certified teaching wizard will keep an eye on you. We waved goodbye while Carlos, Arnold, and Liz buckled up their life jackets. Batten down the hatches, the Frizz called loudly, and down, down, down we went. Wow, we couldn't believe what we saw. A huge underwater mountain. Dorothy Ann spotted her book bag right away. It floated past the window on its way to the ocean floor and landed next to an old shipwreck. Step on it, please, Miss Frizzle. Bottoms up. The bus scrunched up tight. Then it shot us out like a cannon. Good thing we had on special diving suits. Dorothy Ann swam over to her book bag, but the strap was looped around the tentacle of a giant squid. Ah! Dorothy Ann screamed. The squid was swimming away. It's got my bag! Just then, the ocean floor began to tremble. The ship started to shake, and we heard a loud rumbling noise. Earthquake! We were so surprised we didn't even see Dorothy Ann's book bag when it floated past, pushing upward by the gas bubbles. Can I get a burger to go with this shake? We're in trouble now. The bubbles floated to the top of the sea. Pop! The bubbles burst, letting out a terrible smell. Look, cried Carlos as he snatched up Dorothy Ann's book bag. Maybe we can find out what's going on by reading Dorothy Ann's books. P.U. Meanwhile, the Frizz was trying to cheer up Dorothy Ann. There's more than one way to discover an island, she said brightly. So we all dived deeper into the ocean. Brr, it was getting cold. Even the bus shivered. Then we noticed something strange. There were funny-looking chimneys in the ground, and they were warm. Phoebe poked her head in close, and poof, got a face full of soot. Something must heat those chimneys from underneath. Ha ha. Keisha swam over to a deep canyon in the ocean floor. It was shaped like a V. Maybe Dorothy Ann's books fell down there, she said. There's only one way to find out, said Miss Frizzle. We swam back to the bus, and soon we were heading down into the canyon. Rumble, rumble, another earthquake hit. At the bottom of the canyon, the rocky floor began to slide right underneath another plate. Above us, the ocean waves grew rougher, but Carlos barely noticed. He was too busy reading. But there's no space for us down here. Smashing observation, Tim. It says right here, the Earth's surface is made up of layered crust-like plates of rock that fit together like a jigsaw puzzle, he told Arnold. These plates move very, very slowly, but sometimes one plate slides under another one. When it slides, we can actually feel the earth move. That's what the canyon was. 2 giant plates of rock. They were sliding together, creating an earthquake, and leave it to Miss Frizzle to squeeze us right between them. Carlos, you sound like Dorothy Ann. The magic school bus shuddered and groaned and grunted. It stretched like a long, thin rubber band, and so did we. As one plate shoved under the other, we squeezed in between. Now we oozed through hot, swirling liquid deep beneath the earth. It's so hot, said Keisha, fanning herself. The rocks in the crust are melting. Melted rock is called magma, explained Miss Frizzle. What's wrong with rock juice? Magma. What a great word. Dorothy Ann wrinkled her nose. She was trying to figure it all out. She remembered the chimneys and the heat under the ocean floor, the earthquakes, and the mountain. We're under an underground volcano, she shouted. Geysers shot up to the sky. Water hissed all around the raft. The rumbling noise grew louder, and Carlos waved his book excitedly. He'd figured out the very same thing. According to my research, we're floating above a volcano. Bingo, Dorothy Ann, and you figured it out by yourself. Under the volcano, the magma pushed us up, up, up. Soon we were rising up in a big blob of boiling hot bubbles. Welcome to the magma chamber, said Miss Frizzle grandly, the heart of the volcano. The pressure grew stronger and stronger. The magma rose higher. Ralphie gulped. How How do we get out of here? He asked. Out of a volcano, Miss Frizzle repeated. How do you suppose? We're going to get blown sky high. Dorothy Ann was too excited to be scared. When all this magma shoots up and hits the air, it will cool down, right? She asked Miss Frizzle. Absolutely, said Miss Frizzle. And when it cools, it'll harden into rock? Eventually, Miss Frizzle agreed. And the new rock will build up the top of the volcano, Dorothy Ann continued, until it sticks out of the water. It will be a brand new island. Yes, shouted the Frizz. Just then, we shot up through the bubbling magma like a rocket ship, higher, higher, closer to the top. Clunk, we jolted to a stop. Oh no, cried Dorothy Ann. We've stopped rising. Something must be plugging up the volcano, said Keisha. And the magma's squeezing us, Phoebe explained. We have to get out and push and get melted. Carlos had no idea we were in such a tight spot. He still had his head buried in Dorothy Ann's books. A lot of stuff is blown out of a volcano when it erupts, he told Arnold. Volcanic ash and dust and rocks. Just then, volcanic ash and dust and rocks rained down. And then lava. Carlos finished triumphantly. Put it all together and you get out of here, Arnold explained in a panic. No, Carlos corrected. You get Carlos Island. It will be a whole island named after me. Meanwhile, we jumped into our anti-magma gear and were pushing the plug with all of our might. But it wouldn't budge. That's when Miss Frizzle and the magic school bus went into action. They rammed the plug again and again. I can't stand this. Don't let the pressure get to you. It's ready to blow. Kapow! The plug popped out. The magma boiled into glowing clouds of ash and rock. Then it all billowed out with a rush of steam. What a sight! Red-hot lava pouring down the sides of the volcano. The volcano grew bigger and bigger. It was an island. Whee! We landed plop into the raft. Then the volcano belched one last time, and the magic school bus whooshed into the air. A parachute opened, and the bus drifted down to a soft landing on the water. Whoa! Whee! Hooray! To Carlos Island, said Carlos as we rode over to the brand new island. I discovered it with the help of Dorothy Ann's books. Carlos Island? You mean Dorothy Ann Island, Dorothy Ann corrected. I discovered it, and for once, I didn't need my books. But someone else had landed there first. Liz. Ta-da! So when Carlos and Dorothy Ann decided to write a book about their experiences, they knew exactly what to call it. Lizard Island by Carlos and Dorothy Ann, said Carlos. Don't you mean Lizard Island by Dorothy Ann and Carlos? Said Dorothy Ann. Carlos and Dorothy Ann. Dorothy Ann and Carlos. Letters to Dorothy Ann and Carlos from Lizard Island readers. Dear Carlos, my school bus never serves dive stretches or flies, and I can't believe yours does either. Very truly yours, 2 feet on the ground. Dear Dorothy Ann, where did you buy your book bag? You obviously have the latest in waterproof accessories. Signed, your shopping friend. Dear Carlos, I thought your book was a blast, but according to my research, it takes a lot longer than a few minutes for a volcano to grow from an undersea mountain into an island. Also, I don't think you should go wandering around inside a volcano. Hang around one when it is erupting, or walk on lava right after the eruption. That would be too dangerous. All my lava and eruption. A memo to the parents, teachers, and kids. This book describes how one underwater volcano can become an island. Sometimes two big pieces of the Earth's crust, called plates, slide into one another, creating tremendous heat and pressure, melting the rock. The melted rock is magma. Over time, gases in the magma create pressure. Eventually, that pressure blows the top off the volcano and the magma shoots out. As lava and dust and rocks flow out, they cover the volcano layer by layer until it breaks the ocean surface and makes an island. A volcano on land works the same as one in the sea, but there are different types of volcanoes. Some form when plates pull apart, others form over hot spots in the crust. P.S. There is never a fire in a volcano, there's only heat, so water can't put it out. Miss Frizzle. The end.